Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the old heart rossonero, a believer of AC Milan. I want to start the video like this with the tricolore, with the Italian flag in my hands, because this is the last video that I'm gonna do when Milan is actually officially still champions of Italy. And watching Milan Cremonese, you perfectly understand why. This is it. This is the gem of this year. Unfortunately, our second line of players, they are not at the same level as the first one. The first line, we are still like a very young team. The first line, the first 11, they're a very young team, but they have character and they have a great group, and they can achieve incredible things. As this year, for example, we're doing really well in Champions League, something that I was never expecting to reach even the semi-final. So and beating Napoli, especially the incredible Napoli. So the first line, it's really good, and I'm sure in the future it's gonna be amazing. But to create a cycle and to create constancy in both Serie A, Coppa Italia, and Champions League, you need to have a second line of great player. And Pioli, I think, is doing the best he can to let the player try to raise the level, let them play constantly, let them play, not constantly, but whenever there is a potential match that they could do something, he let the second line play it. Of course, he's not gonna play, he played the Milan B, let's call it Milan B. He played against Bologna and he drew. He plays against Cremonese and he drew. I think if you start analyzing the match and what is going on with Milan, with this vision, it does make sense, because this year you're not going to win in the Campionato. The real goal is maybe next year winning the Campionato, having a 22 player available that they can win in Italy and win in Europe. That, I think, is the goal. Saying this, I don't think that I saw very often people say, oh, why he doesn't let play CDK, need time, Origi need time to adjust to the Premier League. I see people saying, oh, Ranks, why is never playing? This is fucking why. This is why, because they're terrible. They are terrible. Ranks, I'm sick of watching everyone on the social media saying, Ranks, why he never play, because of this. Because he does a lot of fault, and every time he receives a ball, he passes it back. He never do a pass forward. Did you see the match? That's why he doesn't play every single Sunday. This is why. Number one, CDK, he needs time. I start thinking that he's an Interista. Because every time he got the ball, he feel like the war is closing him up, and he's scared of walking around, and he passed the ball, he does a couple acceleration, and he feels like, oh, nice, and then he loses the ball, and he missed the goal. The goal is 7 meters. You can do a million of things. You are alone in front of the goalkeeper. Why are you trying to do Ronaldo? Why the Brazilian one, trying to go over the goalkeeper, it's fault, man, what are you doing, man? You have 7 meters, just shoot. Always passing this ball, always scary. And Origi, Divock Origi, ladies and gentlemen, again, I have my option. I think this is really is more useful than Origi. Very honest. I remember I saw him on the first match against Cremonese, on the first part of the Campionato, and I didn't see him dribbling a player, and I saw this guy coming from Premier League getting 4 million and getting the same money as Brahim Diaz, the same money as what's his name, as Tonali and Benasser, and he's not able to dribble a player and defender from Cremonese. Come on, man. I don't know what Sadio Mane was smoking when he said that the best striker that he ever played in his life is Divock Origi. What were you smoking? Because Sadio Mane, when he said that in an interview when he was in Bayern Munich, he said that, like, man, absolutely no way. So I'm very disappointed after this result, thinking that in a week we're gonna face Inter, and now you draw against Cremonese. I'm kind of glad that eventually the ball went inside, because that means we didn't give up until the last minute, a little bit against against Roma, which is make me feel like the group is there. But Mr. Pioli, I believe that you need to take a little bit more. I think what he has to do, he has to play at first the first lineup with Leao, with Giroud, with Tonali, and blah blah blah, and then when the result is 2-0, then you start doing the substitute, not the other way around, because the Milan second line is not able to win right now. It doesn't have a scorer. It doesn't have and it was probably the best if Zlatan was there. If Zlatan was there, let all these players grow, was good. But Origi is definitely not the leader. Origi is definitely not the striker that we're looking for. And we need minimum 2 strikers next year. Ante Rebic and Divock Origi, I don't think they're gonna have a future with us. So I really hope that now that the society, AC Milan, the club itself, it is serious about this project and see how well it's doing. I hope that will give to Maestro Pioli the right tools for the next year, because at least on the second line we are definitely not at a good level, absolutely not. So we will see what's gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. We will see what's gonna happen with our beloved AC Milan, also because in a week we have the Euro Derby and we cannot play like this at all. Alright? Let me know what do you think down below, ladies and gentlemen. Always Forza Milan. Ciao.